1-2. Swung on and miss. Fuchs
coming in right side. Sip. Goes down to the slide and gets it.
Nelson's going to take off on the pitch. Switches a called strike 3.
Wes Marshall pitches a ground ball through the infield on the left side. One will score. They're going to wave a second runner around. Throw will come to the plate. It is not in time.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Tuesday, May the 10th afternoon. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, where today we have Region 1 baseball on the air as the Kindred-Richland Vikings tangle with the Central Cass Squirrels. And a pleasant good again Tuesday afternoon. Sunny skies, the mid to upper 60s here today in Enderlin. It's a gorgeous day for baseball where Kindred-Richland was here over the weekend as part of that Enderlin baseball invite for the Central Cass Squirrels. On the opposite side, you take a look at what they were kind of doing over the weekend. They had a couple of wins against Hankinson, Fairmount, Rosso, Campbell, Tinta, Lidgerwood on May the 6th. They haven't played since then. Central Cass at 8-0 on the season, 6-0 in Region 1 play going up against Kindred-Richland. The Vikings sit at 8-2 on the season and alongside 6-1 in Region 1 play. For more information, you can go online to Irie Insurance. Visit their website at irieins.com. That's irieins.com for all of your insurance requests. At Irie Insurance, our proud pregame show sponsor. So a little story to why these two teams are playing in Enderlin. It's not because of the triangular or because it's a tournament. It's simply put, it's too wet in Castleton and it's too wet in Kindred to have the teams come on and play, because either you kind of mush down in the infield a little bit, maybe the outfield track has got some standing water, so all of a sudden you have to start making some phone calls and asking around, do you have an availability for, a 7-inning potential game here? And the answer is yes in Enderlin. So Kindred-Richland will be the visiting team on the scoreboard. This will be a Central Cass home game, even though it's on a neutral site and just one 7-inning game. Now, these two teams are scheduled to play again, but if that game does not happen due to Mother Nature, it will become a 2-point contest. So you want to make sure you get the win here today, because the Region 1 standings sitting up top here are really between three teams right now. When you take a look, Central Cass, as we mentioned, unbeaten. Northern Cass was scheduled to play a game with Oaks yesterday in Hunter, but due to the rain, that game got moved to tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon against the Tornadoes. Northern Cass at 5-0 on the season. Kindred-Richland at 6-1. Then you have Fargo Oak Grove at 4-2, currently in fourth. Oaks at 3-5. Then you have the Hankinson Co-op and then Enderlin on the bottom half, and Enderlin will host that coming up on Tuesday in the playing game against the Hankinson Co-op Ball-Stars. That'll be on Tuesday at 5 o'clock, and then from there, the tournament gets officially underway a week from Thursday with the quarterfinals, loser-out games, semifinals, loser-out games, and then the championship series will go to the highest seed remaining. We will have the Region 1 baseball tournament, all the games in Kindred, and the championship series for you here on your live event for next week. So make sure you mark it down. The playing game, that's going to be on Tuesday, but the tournament officially gets going with everybody else then a week from Thursday, and we'll have those for you here on your live event. Still to come on our Irie Insurance pregame show between Kindred-Richland and Central Cass. We'll take a look at the starting lineup sets coming up next, alongside what's to come for the Vikings and the Squirrels, all ahead of our opening pitch here from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin. It's a gorgeous day. Thanks for the schools to making this work for all three combined, whether it's the Enderlin Eagles, who have a junior varsity game at 5 o'clock against Fargo North after the conclusion of this one. So that's why the Vikings and Squirrels are playing at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And thanks also to the Kindred-Richland Co-op for baseball, and alongside the Central Cass baseball team for finding a way to somehow get this game in, even though it was scheduled to be played in Castleton. We are here in Enderlin today. It's Region 1 baseball. Our Irie Insurance pregame show continues after this with our starting lineup sets around the corner here on your live event.
Visit lakesjam.com.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
RDK Enterprises specializes in seed meter calibration, planter maintenance, and they have the full line of precision planting products. Call them at 701-636-2119 to schedule your meter, planter, and precision planting software repairs and update. This includes monitoring and control systems, all to help improve your planting, which means improved profits. It pays to plant with precision with RDK Enterprises. Locations in Hillsboro and Drayton, North Dakota, planterdoc.com, or call 701-636-2119.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here in Enderlin from Hendrickson Field, let's take a look at the starting lineups today for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and alongside the Central Cass Squirrels. Opening pitch scheduled for the top of the hour here in Enderlin for Kindred-Richland under the guidance of head coach Scott Milbrandt. They'll go like this. Carter Schmitz, the pitcher, senior, batting leadoff here. Lucas Koblundi, the center fielder, batting second, and a senior. Nick Thompson batting third, the senior first baseman. Chase Miller will bat cleanup here, the third base senior. Jeremiah Doctor behind the plate, the junior catcher. We have Mason Omaris, the right field junior, batting sixth. Jorgen Swenson, the shortstop junior, batting seventh. Graham Glazzo, the second base senior, batting eighth. And Connor Rowland, the left field senior, batting ninth. So Schmitz, Klobundi, Thompson, Miller, Doctor, Omaris, Swenson, Glazzo, and Rowland. The battering ram with the Kindred-Richland Vikings will be Carter Schmitz, and alongside with him one more time in Jeremiah Doctor. The Kindred-Richland Vikings, 8 wins, 2 losses on the season, and 6-1 in Region 1 play. Most recently here for Kindred in their contests on the Enderlin Baseball Invitational, a pair of losses, a decision 6-4 against the Thompson Tommies in a non-region game. Then against a Northern Cass, they just ran into the wrong pitcher in Neva. Had 16 strikeouts and a 3-0 win for Northern Cass, which was a Region 1 counter back on Friday here in Enderlin. After today, they will have games with Fargo, Oak Grove scheduled, Central Cass as well, and Northern Cass to try to close out the regular season here, pending on how Mother Nature kind of goes with this one over the next couple of days. So that's what's next here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. On the opposite side for the Central Cass Squirrels, as we take a look at their starting lineup, they're under the guidance of head coach Justin Maggio. They'll go like this. Will Ellenson, the senior right fielder, batting leadoff. Sam Convervig, the shortstop junior. Brandon Maggio, the pitcher, is batting third, and the senior. Ethan Muckau, the first baseman senior, batting cleanup. Alex Everson, the senior center fielder, batting fifth. Caden McKinnon, the left field senior, batting sixth, followed by Carter Maggio, the third baseman sophomore, batting seventh. Mason Bussey, the second base junior, and then from there we have Mr. Parker here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Cam for short for the senior here for Central Cass. So Ellenson, Convervig, Maggio, Muckau, you have Everson, McKinnon, Maggio, that's Carter Maggio, Bussey, and Parker here for Central Cass. The Squirrels on the season, 8 wins, 0 losses, 6-0 in Region 1 play. taking a look at their most recent wins against the Hankinson Co-op of Hankinson, Fairmont, Rossholt, Campbell, and Tinta back on May the 6th. The pair wins against the Ball Stars there. They've earned a series wins against the Enderlin Eagles as well, and they defeated the Oaks Tornadoes here for the Central Cass Squirrels. After today, still on their schedule, a date with Fargo Oak Grove and Kindred-Richland, and they also will try to square things off with Northern Cass on May the 16th. That is a week ago, or coming up a week from yesterday on Monday here for Central Cass, and we will have those games for you here on your live event on May the 16th between the Jags and the Squirrels as well. We'll take a quick time out. We're back after this. We'll take a look one more time at what's coming up here across the Region 1 in standings. That's all to come before the top of the hour here with the starting lineups as we just went through, but also we get to first pitch. It's Region 1 baseball today. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show from Enderlin between Kindred-Richland and the Central Cass Squirrels.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Hello, I'm Jim Berkemeyer, inviting you to join me on a New England Fall Foliage Tour, September 25th to October 3rd. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors before ending our journey in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour and watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
It's the concert event of the summer in the Brainerd Lakes area. Lakes Jam, June 22nd through June 25th at Brainerd International Raceway.
R&J Broadcasting is the presenting sponsor.
Experience Lakes Jam. For rock and rollers, the main stage features Tesla, Warrant, and Hairball. For country enthusiasts, John Party, Cole Swindell, Gabby Barrett, and Mark Wills. Experience watercross, drifting, and lawnmower racing. For on-site camping, lodging, and tickets, visit lakesjam.com.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, again, go online to irieins.com. That's irieins.com for all of your insurance requests. And Irie Insurance, as they get to the starting lineups here, as the Kindred Vikings have been announced. Now the Central Cass Squirrels will be coming out next year at Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota, between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Chase Miller with you here in Enderlin. A gorgeous day, and they should be making us pay by the hour here on your live event for how much we've been here. The Enderlin Baseball Invitational, 7 games on Friday, 7 games on Saturday. They all got in. And then a couple days later, we're back here at Hendrickson Field, where from the weekend and the rain that we have gotten, the infield and the outfield has really greened up here in terms of the moisture. But on Highway 46 coming here off the interstate, Highway 46 is down to just one particular lane for about a half mile to a mile just west of Kendrick Hill. Hamry is going to be calling balls and strikes. Gareth Hansen is working with him as well here for the umpiring crew in Enderlin. Thanks again for tuning in to high school baseball. Reminder, the Region 1 softball tournament begins a week from Saturday in Hillsboro. We'll have those games for you. The Central Cass Squirrels going up against the Enderlin Eagles. That's today in Enderlin at 4:30, and then the Region 1 baseball tournament here on your live event. Region 2 up at Mayville State in a couple of weeks for baseball, and then Region 2 softball at Mayport CG. We will pretty much have the eastern side of North Dakota blanketed when it comes to Class B, Region 1, Region 2 softball and baseball. Go to yourliveevent.com. That's yourliveevent.com to check out our complete schedule coming up in coming weeks, and we will add those dates and games and times times once they become finalized, but because of Mother Nature and just because of the rain that we've had, unable to really know officially who's going to be at 1 seed at this particular time. Opening pitch is coming up here right on schedule at 3 o'clock for a strike for the off-speed pitch there by Brandon Maggio. Going to the opposite pitcher here against Carter Schmitz. Schmitz, Klabundy, and Thompson, the top of the order here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. That one's going to be in there for a strike now at 0-2. McKinnon in left with Everson in center, Ellison in right field here for the Squirrels. We'll get to the infield in a moment. Brandon Maggio works with the 0-2 count. That one gets by to catcher Parker, now 1-2. Parker behind the plate. You have Carter Maggio at third base, Covervig at short, Bussey at second, and Macau at first base. Brandon Maggio again is on the mound. Here's the 1-2 offering. This one is foul back, and will be pitch number 5 of the at-bat here for Carter Schmitz. Hendrickson Field, 370 down the left field line, then 325 in straightaway center, 285 down in right. Highway 46 behind the first base dugout here. Here's the 1-2 offering off speed, misses at the eye level, now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So good at bat upcoming here for Carter Schmitz, taking some pitches against Brandon Maggio. Here's the 2-2 offering. This one is hitting the air, and that one is going to be the short right field as the second baseman comes in and gloves it, and that'll be 1 out here now in the top of the first inning. So Bussey is there for the out. It'll pop out to the second baseman. And now we have 1 out here in the top of the first on our Bank North scoreboard. For more information, go to ibanknorth.com to find a location near you today. Maggio against Klabundy here. And the pitch. A little foul tipped, and 0-1 now as back-to-back batters here for Maggio as he gets ahead in the count. Here's the 0-1 offering by the righty, Maggio. That one missing at the letters, now 1-1. Central Cass, 6-0 in region play for the Kindred-Richland Vikings at 6-1. The Squirrels and Northern Cass, the Jags, the 2 lone unbeaten teams so far here in the region. This one is popped up and down the right field line, giving chase and losing the hat there is going to be Macau. And Macau is able to get there for the out. So that's going to be 2 down now here in the top of the second inning. Top of the first inning. So a pop out to Bussey, then a pop out now to the third baseman Macau. 2 down here in the top of the first inning as Nick Thompson, the first base senior, comes to the plate. Maggio fires. That one missing for a ball, now 0-1-0. Central Cass with Maggio on the mound. 1-0 offering upcoming. This one good, healthy cut there by Nick Thompson, now 1-1. After Thompson, it's Chase Miller, followed by Jeremiah Doctor and Mason O'Maris, number 6 batter in the lineup here. Maggio looks in, gets the sign, and fires. Off speed, that'll go right over us here in the press box, now 1-2. Jorgen Swenson batting 7th, Graham Glazzo 8th, and Connor Rowland batting 9th here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Here's the 1-2 offering to Nick Thompson, and the pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll retire the side. 1 half inning complete here in Enderlin. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Maggio with 1 strikeout there in the top half of the first. We go to the bottom of the first inning, where it's the Central Cass Squirrels coming to bat here on your live event.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
RDK Enterprises specializes in seed meter calibration, planter maintenance, and they have the full line of precision planting products. Call them at 701-636-2119 to schedule your meter, planter, and precision planting software repairs and update. This includes monitoring and control systems, all to help improve your planting, which means improved profits. It pays to plant with precision with RDK Enterprises. Locations in Hillsboro and Drayton, North Dakota, planterdoc.com, or call 701-636-2119.
One of the few days so far here this spring where you can work on your suntan or maybe get a sunburn for the first time here, as it's been overcast, gloomy skies, as most of you know, across the Red River Valley and for that matter across the state of Minnesota and North Dakota as well. But a picture-perfect kind of a day here in Enderlin as we're getting closer to that 70-degree mark here. Currently 68 degrees, sunny skies here from Hendrickson Field. And for the first time today, the Central Cass Squirrels will be stepping up to the plate, going up against the righty Carter Schmitz here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. First pitch swinging. This one's going to get hit in the air to straightaway center field. There is Club Bundy, who's able to make the out there. First pitch swinging on the way for Central Cass was Will Ellenson. Didn't waste too much time. Got a pitch he could hit, but hit right to Club Bundy in center field. So Ellenson followed by Sam Combervig. Brandon Maggio, the top of the order here for Central Cass, with Ethan McCall, the cleanup batter, batting fourth. Angle the pitch on the way. That one missing low, now 1-0. Alex Everson, the center fielder, batting fifth. Kane McKinnon batting sixth in left field for the Squirrels. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike at the knee by Schmitz. Carter Maggio seventh, Bussy eighth, and Cam Parker ninth here for Central Cass. We'll get to the Vikings in the infield and the outfield in a moment. The pitch missing down low, now 2-1. Roland in left, Clubundy in center, and Almaris in right field from left to right for the Vikings. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out now here in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch, that one missing for a ball, now 3-1. Miller at third base, Swenson at short, Glazzo at second, Thompson at first, and Doctor behind the plate with Schmitz on the mound. 3-1 pitch, that's going to be a walk, and that'll be the first base runner here of the afternoon for either team. Convervic takes a 5-pitch walk, and Brandon Maggio has a chance to help his own cost as he comes to the plate here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Runner at first base is Convervic, getting held on there by Thompson. Miller playing in on the grass at third, and we'll see how the Squirrels operate here with their number 2 man at first base in Convervic. Convervic stays put, first pitch swinging. This one is a tailor-made double play, 6-4, and they're going to get the 1 out there. Doing a good job was Glasso, just staying with it and not allowing an error, or also to allow Kindred-Richland on the defensive side to give up a free pass to Central Cass. So going down on the put out there is Convervig on the fielder's choice. Maggio is able to reach on the 6-4 play, and now there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. So Kindred will take the out. The runner, Convervig, comes out. Maggio's at first with Macau now batting from the left-hand side, and the pickoff throw. Back in time there as Thompson applies the tag. For a lefty, now this park looks very appetizing, especially when you can hit one 285 right down the right field line. This pitch is going to be missing for a ball. Now 1-0 to Ethan with Alex Everson due up next. This is a Region 1 counter game. 7 innings of baseball is scheduled. The winner of this one potentially could also win 2 against their rival if they're unable to play later this week or this season. This one is hit in the air, and that's to left field. The left fielder comes over, and he's going to glove it in Roland. That'll retire the side here for the Central Cass Squirrels. So a couple pitches in that at-bat to Macau, but he flies out to Roland in left, and that's going to make it no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. And inning complete from Enderlin. Kindred-Richland coming to bat next, and we're in a scoreless ball game here. It's Region 1 Baseball and your live event.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Here at Hendrickson Field in Enderlin on our Bank North scoreboard, it's scoreless right now in the top of the second inning, and Bank North offers the traditional advanced products and services that keep you grounded and ahead of the curve in today's fast-paced world. For farming and ranching, business and consumer banking, alongside with lending, you'll always be headed in the right direction with Bank North. To learn more about Bank North, visit ibanknorth.com. That's ibanknorth.com, or stop one of their locations today that's closest to you, especially there in Castleton. So we go to the top of the second inning. Kindred-Richland swung on and missed with Chase Miller, Doctor, and O'Maris here. The 4, 5, and 6 batters due up for the Kindred-Richland Vikings on for a second inning of work as Brandon Maggio. The 0-1 pitch is hit up the left field line, but hooking foul, and that'll be out of play just in front of the Central Cast bus down the left field line. And you got to hit one deep down there to try to get one out of the ballpark. If you can hit it over the left fielder, you'd have room to run again. 370 it jets out here to end Hendrickson Field. Here's the 1-1 offering. That one foul tipped and will make it 1-2. Kindred-Richland, after today in terms of what they have scheduled next, they have a game with Fargo Oak Grove. That's on the 16th here. Game to keep in mind. This one hit up the right field line, but foul. Gareth Hansen, part of our umpiring crew with Cal Hamry calling balls and strikes. So for Kindred-Richland, Friday Central Cast, they have another game with Northern Cast at noon on Saturday in Kindred, then May 16th at Fargo Oak Grove. So that's their next 3 contests here for the Vikings. And the pitch. This one fouled, and Chase Miller stays alive. So for Kindred-Richland, you're going up against the Squirrels back-to-back times here, which could determine the 2-3 seed if you say Northern Cast ends up being the 1, but an awfully large game against Northern Cast on Saturday at noon as well for the Vikings. Here's the pitch. This one missing up at the eyes, now 2-2. Then Fargo Oak Grove sitting right in the smack dab in the middle of things in the region at 4 wins and 2 losses. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Brandon Maggio gets his second straight strikeout here against the Vikings batters. So going to bat by Miller, able to foul some pitches off, take some at-bats, but Brandon Maggio wins the battle as Jeremiah Doctor will come up now with 1 out and nobody on in the top of the second inning. On the opposite side for the Central Cast Squirrels as well, you take a look in terms of their schedule and kind of what it has to offer here. They're scheduled for a game at Oak Grove on Thursday at 5 o'clock. This one fouled back, now 0-1. Then Kindred-Richland, as we mentioned, on Friday, and then Monday, a game with Northern Cast for the Squirrels. And that would be a 7 and a 5-inning doubleheader. We'll have both of those for you here on your live event. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and missed, now 0-2. So a lot to be determined on the top half of the lineup. The higher seed you are is better, because after it goes to Kindred next Thursday and Friday for the Region 1 tournament, if you get to that championship series and you're the highest seed left, you get to host. This one in the dirt block nicely by Parker, so jockeying for position is going to be the name of the game here over the next week in Region 1 baseball. Maggio looks in, 1-2 offering, and the pitch. This one is a jam shot, playable, and the shortstop coming in. That'll be Convervid calling off Bussy there at second for the out. So a little pop out there, and now 2 down in the top of the second inning. As coming up will be Mason O'Maris, the junior right fielder here, righty versus righty against Maggio on the hill for the Central Cast Squirrels. Squirrels out in their red tops with white numerals and lettering with that black trim. Here's a pitch by Maggio. Off speed in there for a strike. The white pants with the white hat with the red brim. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings out in those blue uniforms. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one missing at the letters, now 1-1. Vikings with those white numerals and lettering outlined in black with the white pants as well here for Kindred-Richland. Here's the 1-1 offering. This one fouled, and now will make it 1-2. Brandon Maggio's done a nice job today of getting ahead of these Kindred-Richland Viking batters. Worked a count with Carter Schmitz. Chase Miller worked a count as well, but outside of that, able to work ahead, maybe only throw 1 or 2 balls and try to get these Vikings hitters out. This one is going to be the best knock of the day. This one is to deep left center field off the ivy. Rounding first is O'Maris. He's in there with a stand-up double here with 2 outs. So Almaris hit that one about a third, make that 3/4 of the way up to straightaway left center field here off the top of the ivy as the Squirrels get it back in, but not before it's the first knock of the game here for Kindred-Richland. So runner at second base now is Almaris, and Swenson with a chance to deliver the first run of the game here for the Vikings. First pitch swinging, and this one is going to go foul, but out of play, and we'll make it 0-1. So Almaris is down 1-2 in the count, able to get a good pitch and hit one to left center field. Here's the 0-1 offering coming to Swenson. That one missing at the chin for a ball, now 1-1. Kindred-Richland trying to get aboard the first run across today against their rival in Central Cass here in this Region 1 contest. Here's the pitch by Maggio. Good cut by Swenson, now 1-2. Also, we're not too far from the state baseball tournament taking place at Newman Outdoor Field. If you're a fan of Class B baseball, Thursday, June the 2nd through Saturday, June the 4th in Fargo. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll retire the side. So a two-out double goes awry here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one runner left on base. An inning and a half complete in Enderlin. That's the Central Cass Squirrels coming to bat.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Game that started at 3 o'clock. It's currently 16 minutes old. Central Cass hit a one-out walk with Cobervig. He was fielder choice in the bottom of the first inning. Maggio was able to get to first, and then a fly out there by Macau to end the bottom of the first for Central Cass. If you're just joining us for Kindred-Richland, 3 up, 3 down for Brennan Maggio in the top of the first, and then Kindred-Richland had a chance to get things going, but unable to do so. With the double by Almaris with the strikeout there of Swenson. 3 strikeouts so far by Maggio on the opposite side for Central Cass on the mound. Carter Schmitz comes on for a second inning of work. That one going to be missing the 0-1. And Alex Everson, Kane McKinnon, and Carter Maggio here, 5, 6, 7 batters in the Squirrels lineup. And this one is hit, and that's the glove of the shortstop there, Swenson, and that'll be a base knock. An absolutely hard hit, scolded ball there by Everson. Swenson did a nice job of trying to leap for that one, but it goes off his glove for a leadoff single here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Everson stays put at first. Good rep on the way by Cade McKinnon, now makes it 0-1. McKinnon, the senior left fielder. Over the weekend, we saw Thompson, Hillsborough, Central Valley, Northern Cass, Kindred-Richland. Some of these teams have the Enderlin Baseball Invitational. We saw that center to right center field really getting used in terms of the home run variety. There's the pick throw to first. Thompson there to glove it. Everson gets back in there. But that straightaway center to right center field was active in a couple of games. And we'll see with the lefty here if McKinnon can put one in for a ride. And the pitch. That one missing on the outer part of the plate. Now 1-1 for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Carter Schmitz on the mound. And last couple of games for Kindred-Richland, hasn't been so much about the pitching. It's been about getting some runs across offensively here for the Vikings. Here's the 1-1 offering. This one is hit in the air to straightaway center field. And the center fielder, Clubundy, going to camp underneath this one right in front of Hendrickson Field's logo. And that'll be one out now here in the bottom of the second inning. Good hit, good rip, just right to the center fielder there by Kane McKinnon. As Carter Maggio will come to the plate here for Central Cass. Kindred-Richland been some close games here for the Vikings as of late. We'll get to that in a moment here. 1-0 win over Hankinson Co-op, 2-1 over Oaks, 1-0 over Oaks, a 6-4 loss against Thompson, then a 3-0 loss against the Vikings. So they haven't given up many runs in their recent games, as this one is grounded right past Miller and into short left field. Rounding second is Everson. He's going to stay there. Maggio with one pitch gets a single here for the Squirrels. So runners at first and second here with Everson at second. Maggio wastes very little time. He gets the second hit here of the inning for Central Cass, and Mason Bussey, the number 8 batter, steps up here for the Squirrels. One down now in the bottom of the second inning for Kindred-Richland. They find themselves in a little bit of a pickle right now with Schmitz on the mound. Bussey, the number 8 batter again. Second baseman takes a ball, now 1-0 with Cam Parker due up next, and it goes back to the top of the order here for Central Cass. Carter Schmitz looks in to Doctor behind the plate. And a pitch. This one is on the ground to Miller. Miller gloves it, goes down, looks across the way, and he just kind of tripped up. Does a nice job of gloving it, but then by the time Miller looked around, everybody was past him, and he didn't want to force anything there. So Everson gets to third, Maggio to second. That's going to be an infield base knock. The third hit, all singles here, and now Parker comes up with the bases loaded. So Miller did a nice job gloving that ball. The problem was by the time he gloved it, tripped up just enough to allow Everson to scamper by him to get to third, and the infield playing in now for Kindred-Richland. Taking a strike is Parker, now 0-1. Good running there by Maggio to hustle down to second. And then there was no play at first for Miller. Miller did a good job as well, not forcing the issue and trying to make something out of nothing. Here's the 0-1 offering in there for a strike, and just what the doctor ordered here for the Vikings, a couple of good pitches by Carter Schmitz. Now 0-2 in the count to the number 9 batter here. Scoreless game on our Bank North scoreboard, but the Squirrels have the bases juiced. Schmitz and the 0-2 pitch. This one is hit on the ground right to Schmitz. He goes to the catcher for one. They go to first. That's going to get airmailed. One run's coming in for the Central Cass Squirrels, and they're going to leave it there. Now it gets by the pitcher as well on a second air. Sliding in and safe. Cale Hamry calls him safe. So Everson's out. Coming in to score is going to be Maggio. Bussey goes from first to home, and Central Cass is able to get a couple of runs, and now a runner at second base there with Parker. So unfortunate for the Kindred Vikings, they have a couple of errors on that play. But outside of that, the Central Cass Squirrels with 2 runs across, and they lead it 2-0. So getting aboard is Parker on a fielder's choice. Coming in to score from second was Maggio. He had a hold at third base, and then the throw by Doctor went over the first baseman Thompson's head, and then Almaris' throw back in was an error as well, which allowed the runner from first, Bussey, to score. So 2-0 now Central Cass in the bottom of the second inning with a runner at second base. This one first pitch swinging. That's going to be to short right field. Almaris is there, and that'll retire the side here for the Central Cass Squirrels. But not before they are able to plate 2 runs off of 3 hits, 2 errors, and 1 runner left on board. After 2 complete on our Bank North scoreboard, it's a new score. It's Central Cass 2, the Kindred-Richland Vikings scoreless, but Kindred's coming to bat next here to start the top of the third inning.
Hello, I'm Jim Berkemeyer, inviting you to join me on a New England Fall Foliage Tour, September 25th to October 3rd. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors before ending our journey in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour and watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
To the top of the third inning we go. The Kindred-Richland Vikings will be sending their 8, 9, and 1 batters here. And Glazzo, Rowland, and Carter Schmitz are due up against the righty and Brandon Maggio here for the Central Cass Squirrels. So Maggio, for the first time today, will be working with a lead after the Central Cass Squirrels able to plate the first 2 runs of the game. All started with an Everson single to open things up in the second. McKinnon flew out to the center fielder Clubundy early in the account. Then Carter Maggio got a single after that. Mason Bussey hit one to the third baseman Miller. Miller picked up the ball, just kind of tripped on his own power there, and everybody was safe in terms of Everson hustling down. Miller couldn't apply the tag. Miller couldn't throw Maggio out at second, so infield knock. And then all of a sudden, Cam Parker, the old adage of just put one in play, you never know what happens. Carter Schmitz was able to field the ball to Doctor for the force out at home, but then Doctor threw it over the first baseman's head, Thompson up the right field line, and then Almaris' throw came in, which was an error, which allowed Maggio and Bussey to score, and that's where we have our 2-0 game right now in favor of the Central Cass Squirrels. Maggio out, and this first pitch is hit up the third base line, but foul by about a half a foot. First pitch swinging there in Graham Glazzo, the senior second baseman. And for Kindred-Richland fans, they're going to kind of remember what they did against Northern Cass in a 3-0 game back on Friday here as part of the Enderlin Invitational. They lost 3-0 against the Jags. They had a first inning where they had a couple of errors, and that's where Northern Cass scored all their runs. And very reminiscent here in terms of the second inning. 2 errors come across on really just you beat yourself a little bit there. The old adage, they'll put the ball in play, force the defense to make a play. Schmitz did the right thing, throwing home. Just the catcher just threw it over the first baseman's head, and 2 runs come in. This one's going to be to the second baseman here in Bussey. Bussey has time, and that'll be 1 out quickly here in the top of the third inning for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So Roland will be coming up so far. The number 9 batter here. With just 1 hit across against Maggio. 3 strikeouts, no walks the first time through the lineup as the number 9 batter. And Roland will try to get aboard. First pitch takes a strike, now 0-1. Then it goes back to the top of the order here in Carter Schmitz. Beautiful day at Hendrickson Field for Region 1 baseball. That one swung on a miss by Roland, now 0-2. Kindred-Richland trying to get to 7-1 in Region 1 play. Central Cass looking to remain unbeaten and get to 7-0. Here's the 0-2 pitch by Maggio. That one missing for a ball, now 1-2. Central Cass will be sending 2, 3, 4 batters in the bottom of the third inning. Kindred-Richland would like to get those 2 runs back here, or at least 1 run across. Instead, Maggio picks up his 4th strikeout and the second out here of the top of the third inning. So Maggio, 4 strikeouts the first time through the order. Now Carter Schmitz comes to the plate. Schmitz popped out his last time up to the second baseman Bussey after working a good at-bat to start the game for the Vikings. And the pitch by Maggio. First pitch swinging. That one's hit to straightaway center field. And making the shoestring catch is Everson. That one was hit right on the screws in the line, but Everson came down. It's going to be a line drive out, and that'll retire the side here for the Central Cass Squirrels. As we go to the bottom of the third inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. Central Cass coming to the plate next here on your live event.
It's the concert event of the summer in the Brainerd Lakes area. Lakes Jam, June 22nd through June 25th at Brainerd International Raceway.
R&J Broadcasting is the presenting sponsor.
Experience Lakes Jam. For rock and rollers, the main stage features Tesla, Warrants, and Hairball. For country enthusiasts, John Party, Cole Swindell, Gabby Barrett, and Mark Wills. Experience watercross, drifting, and lawnmower racing. For on-site camping, lodging, and tickets, visit lakesjam.com.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Going to the bottom of the third inning here, 2, 3, 4 batters due up. Sam Combervig reached on a walk his last time up in the bottom of the first inning. The righty goes up against the righty. Carter Schmitz here on for his third inning of work. Schmitz throws for a ball, now 1-0 here to Sam Combervig, the junior shortstop. And Combervig takes one at the knees, low again. These two teams are scheduled to play one more time here this week. on Friday, May the 13th. And the pitch. This one is in on the ground past the diving Miller. Swenson does a nice job backing him up and throws to Thompson for the out. So Miller gave the all-out hustle. Swenson backed him up 6-3 on the putout. Now one down here in the bottom of the third inning. Miller playing even with the bag at third, so had to really try to dive for that one and get by him, but a better job in the hole there by Swenson playing that one down quickly in the bottom of the third inning. Brandon Maggio reached on a fielder's choice his last time up in the first inning after hitting one to Swenson at short. They went the close way to Glazzo at second to retire Covervig, and they stayed with the play after it got juggled. This one hit in the air to right field. Almaris is there, and that'll be into foul territory for the out. So Almaris will get it in the foul ball territory here at Hendrickson Field. 3 pitches, 2 outs here for Carter Schmitz in the bottom of the third inning. As we go now to Ethan Macau in a game that's a half hour old here. Ethan 0 for 1 at the plate, the number 4 batter here against Carter Schmitz. And the pitch. First pitch swinging as well here by Ethan, now 0-1. Squirrels softball team here in Enderlin later today at 4:30. High school softball getting the 0-1 pitch, and that goes right into the dugout underneath us, now 0-2. Just like high school baseball, been getting hit with the Mother Nature bug in terms of trying to get games in and allow fields to get dried off here. Here's the 0-2 pitch by Schmitz. This one is hit on the ground. That's going to go to Swenson at short. Swenson gloves, fires to first in time, and that'll retire the side. 6-3 yet again on the putout. So no runs, no hits, no errors. A couple of ground balls to the shortstop, Swenson. 3 complete here in Enderlin at Hendrickson Field. It rates Central Cass a 2, and the Kindred-Richland Vikings scoreless, with Kindred-Richland coming to bat next.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As we go to the top of the fourth inning here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, no runs so far for Kindred-Richland. They do have 1 hit and a couple of errors against them with 1 runner left on base. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they have 2 runs across. So far, 3 hits. They've committed no errors and 2 runners left on base for the Central Cass Squirrels. The Squirrels will have Maggio back on the mound here for his 4th inning of work. Brandon Maggio, 3 innings, 4 Ks, 1 hit, no walks against him. Going up against Lucas Clabundi. Clabundi first pitch, swinging to the shortstop here in Covervig. Covervig throws to first, and that's not going to be in time. So that'll be an infield knock on the way there for Clabundi. As Covervig just played that one in the hole, and by the time he threw it over to Macau, Clabundi was hustling up the first baseline, and he gets aboard with a infield single. So Nick Thompson struck out his last time up. Pitch over here. Going to be in time on the pickoff, as getting back safely will be Clabundi. Macau holding him on at first base as Maggio works from the stretch and pitches. This one blocked. Barker does a good job keeping it in front of him around the batter's box there, so it'll be a ball, but the runner cannot advance from first to second there in Clabundi. Oh, 0-1 here to Nick Thompson. Righty against righty and the pitch. That one in there for a strike. Now 1-1, the count. After Thompson took a ball. As Maggio working with Parker. Carter Maggio at third base. Covervig again at short. Bussey at second and Macau at first. Maggio looks and getting back safely one more time on the pickoff was Clabundi. For Central Cass, McKinnon in left, Everson in center, and Ellison at right field here for the Squirrels in the outfield. Maggio looks in here, and he'll take a quick break. In the upper 60s here in Enderlin. It's been a sunny day, not too much wind as well. The wind that there is, it's blowing in a little bit from straightaway center. Off-speed pitch fouled, and we'll make it 1-2. Enderlin will host the playing game on Tuesday against Hankinson Co-op, and then the Thursday, Friday next week goes to Kindred for the rest of the Region 1 tournament before the championship. Off-speed pitch, missing. Now 2-2. Large game in terms of seeding purposes here, where if you're the highest seed remaining, you can host a game or two potentially at your venue to try to close it off and get to state. 2-2 pitch, foul back. State this year for State B, softball and baseball on the campus of North Dakota State. Softball will be at Tharaldson Complex, where they have the Bison softball games. The State B tournament will be at Newman Outdoor Field. Nice venue where you can just kind of walk back and forth in between the two of them and just enjoy softball and baseball through a 3-day weekend. Flip back, getting back safely is Clumbundi. So Maggio paying a good chunk of attention to the Kindred-Richland runner at first base here with Clumbundi. No outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes on the way here to Nick Thompson. And the pitch. This one is hit on the ground but foul. A good rip by Thompson. Just got a hair in front of that one, and we'll keep it at 2-2. For our schedule, go to yourliveevent.com. That's yourliveevent.com for the upcoming schedule throughout this week and weekend here on YLE for high school baseball and softball. 2-2 pitch, missing in the dirt block, makes the count full, now 3-2. Watch the games for free and then rewatch them on demand as well. You can search our YouTube page on Your Live Event. Central Cass and Kindred-Richland, just you talk to folks from both sides wearing red or blue, it doesn't seem to matter the sport sometimes. Just finding ways to grind out games against each other. And the payoff pitch, he got him. There's the quick throw back to first. Not going to be in time, but 1 out here now in the top of the 4th inning. Chase Miller comes up, no relation. So far, 5 strikeouts for Maggio. Miller struck out his last time up in the 2nd inning. Did a nice job fouling a handful of at-bats off. Just couldn't put one in play. Maggio will pitch to Miller. That one will be low. Now 1-0. Jeremiah Doctor is due up next. So 1 out here on our Bank North scoreboard. Top of the 2nd inning. Central Cass, if you just joined us, took advantage of a couple runs in the 2nd via a pair of errors on one particular play from Kindred-Richland. As Clumbundi gets back safely at first. But Kindred-Richland, we know about Kindred and Central Cass in terms of their basketball prowess over the last couple of years. Richland girls basketball team been right there as well. And the pitch. That one in there for a strike. Then you take a look at Region 1 boys basketball. Kindred-Richland, your back-to-back region champ, but Richland has been there in terms of Cole Myers and company a few years ago for the Colts. Kindred, again, these last 2 seasons, your state champ and then state runner-up. Then you look at Central Cass, they've been there as well. Oak Grove, Weimar, Lidgewood, that Region 1 for boys basketball over the years has been very competitive. This one is going to be popped up and playable here in foul territory potentially for the catcher. Parker able to make the play and get the 2nd out here of the top of the 4th inning. It's a good job by Parker just staying with that ball, and also Brennan Maggio letting him know where it was. They're 2 down now in the top of the 4th inning. As we go to Jeremiah Doctor. Game that started at 3 o'clock, 38 minutes old so far for 3 and nearly half innings complete here from Enderlin in Region 1 baseball. This will bring up Doctor, who popped out his last time up. Runner at first still is Clumbundi after a leadoff single. And that one's going to miss for a ball. Omaris is due up next for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. As we got a time at home plate here for Doctor. Coming up on our post-game show, we'll get to the final stats of this one. Our player of the game as well, and get you set for what's coming up for the Squirrels and Vikings throughout the rest of the week, pending on what the moisture on tomorrow and Thursday does or does not bring. A lot of people out there hoping the rain just finds a way to miss the Red River Valley and the upper Midwest in general. Here's the pitch on the way. That one in there for a strike to Doctor, now 1-1. Coming through here, you see washed out roads a little bit. You see culverts that you could bring your jet ski around and kind of have some fun with, or maybe bring your electronic mini boat. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Off speed, good rip, and that'll be a strike there to Jeremiah Doctor, now 1-2. So the rain is definitely green things up, though, around the area if you're looking at your lawn and potentially your garden. But outside of that, it's getting to the point where coaches and players are just happy to get some games in, but they understand the calendar, too, and where it is. Not too much time to make adjustments before you get to postseason play next weekend. And the pitch, that one missing on the outer part, now 2-2. State track and field a couple weekends away once you get to Bismarck, which you start talking state track and field in North Dakota. That means graduation ceremonies as well. It's a busy time of the year. 2-2 pitch, off speed, strike 3 looking, and that'll retire this side. So 2 strikeouts here in the 4th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 3.5 complete here in Enderlin. The Central Cass Squirrels lead it by 2, and they'll be coming to bat next here on your live event.
RDK Enterprises specializes in seed meter calibration, planter maintenance, and they have the full line of precision planting products. Call them at 701-636-2119 to schedule your meter, planter, and precision planting software repairs and update. This includes monitoring and control systems, all to help improve your planting, which means improved profits. It pays to plant with precision with RDK Enterprises. Locations in Hillsboro and Drayton, North Dakota, planterdoc.com, or call 701-636-2119.
To the bottom of the 4th inning on our Bank North scoreboard, the Central Cass Squirrels lead it by 2 as they'll be sending their 5, 6, and 7 batters, Alex Everson, Cade McKinnon, and Carter Maggio to the plate here against Carter Schmitz on the mound for his 4th inning of work for Kindred-Richland. Central Cass scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Got the bases loaded, Everson at 3rd, Maggio at 2nd, and Bussey at 1st after a hit by Cam Parker to the pitcher, Carter Schmitz. Schmitz got the 4th out at home to Doctor to record the 2nd out. Then Doctor's throw went over the head of first baseman Thompson, which allowed Maggio to come in from 2nd. Then Almaris's throw back into the infield got by the relay man and also the man that was kind of feeling it behind him, so the backup, and that allowed Bussey go from 1st to 2nd. So Kindred-Richland right now, they haven't given up any runs across if it wasn't for those 2 errors, but those 2 errors really the difference in this contest, which has allowed Central Cass to have the 2-0 advantage here over the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Carter Schmitz with Doctor the battering ram here going up against Alex Everson to start here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Roland in left, Clubundy in center, and Almaris in right here for Kindred-Richland. Schmitz looks in, and the righty delivers. That one is going to be a ball. Everson, McKinnon, and Maggio again for Central Cass. Schmitz with the 1-0 pitch. This one is hit in the air on a line drive, and that's going to be to right field and get by Almaris. So that'll be a single followed by an error, and it's going to be a 2-bagger now for the Central Cass Squirrels. So Everson gets into scoring position here on the base knock. As Almaris is trying to get that one back in the field of play, but just couldn't glove it quick enough, which will allow Cade McKinnon, who flew out his last time up to straightaway center, to Clubundy to step to the plate. And Central Cass will try to add on to their 2-0 lead here in a Region 1 counter contest. McKinnon, here's the pitch by Schmitz, will miss out of play. Now 1-0. Followed by McKinnon is Maggio, and then it's Bussey. Central Cass unbeaten on the season. Kindred-Richland with a pair of losses that happened on Friday here at Hendrickson Field. Here's the offering by Schmitz in there for a strike, now 1-1. Kindred-Richland lost to Thompson by 2, 6-4. Then in a Region 1 counter on Friday, Neva had 16 strikeouts against the Vikings batters. A 3-0 win for Northern Cass. Here's the pitch, missing. Now 2-1. Alex Everson got a good secondary lead at second base right now here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Squirrels with a chance to add on some insurance here in the 4th and get ahead. Here's the pitch. That one will miss. as it's now 3 balls and 1 strike, as the catcher will come out here and doctor and talk with Carter Schmitz a little bit, with Carter Maggio due up next. One thing for Kindred-Richland and Scott Milbrand, it's not been so much what the opposing team has done, but just these self-inflicted wounds here in Enderlin over these handful of games that they've played here as the part of the Invitational. Now another game today in a neutral setting. Here's the 3-1 offering from Schmitz. That one is foul, the jam shot. Miller tries to glove it, takes a little bit of a hop, and Miller's going to hold it there. So Everson is at second. McKinnon's at first with an infield single after that one. Just took a spinner there with Miller at third. So runners at first and second now with Carter Maggio with a single and a run scored. Maggio looks to get this one. This one's going to go off the glove of Schmitz, who looks everywhere and fires it to first for the out. Schmitz went around the world. He looked at third, he looked at second, trying to get the lead off or trying to get keep the double play in order. Instead, it will be a ground out and 1 out. So 1-3 on the putout. Everson's at third base, McKinnon at second, and Bussey will come to the plate here for Central Cass. Schmitz did a nice job of, after it just went off his glove, to keep it, and also looking from third to second to fire the throw over to Thompson at first base to collect at least 1 out. And the pitch. This one in there for a strike to Mason Bussey. Bussey with a single and a run scored as well. So Central Cass, it's been the mid to bottom of their lineup here today that has done the damage against Schmitz so far as the infield plays in here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. 0-1 offering on the way to the number 8 batter in Bussey. And that one missing. Now 1-1. Cal Hamry calling balls and strikes. Gareth Hansen part of the crew here for the 2-man umpiring crew. Bottom of the 4th inning here on our Bank North scoreboard, 2-0 Squirrels. And the pitch by Schmitz. This one will run in. Bussey now make it 2-1. Kindred-Richland will try to cut the runner off at third if it is hit on the ground and in play. Here's the 2-1 offering to Bussey. That one in there for a strike makes the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Schmitz trying to get a 1 good pitch and get his first strikeout of the afternoon, which would come at a large point of this contest if he can do so. Bussey looking to put one in play and try to get one into the outfield for a potential sacrifice fly at least. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one, strike 3, looking out or par of the plate, and Schmitz gets his first strikeout of the afternoon. Schmitz so far, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He's given up 5 hits against him. 2 runs, those were not earned, and now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Vikings will see the number 9 batter here in Parker, the senior, come up next. Parker grounded to the first baseman, Carter Schmitz, who went to doctor to get the force after the bases were loaded. First pitch swinging there by Parker. Now will make it 0-1. So Parker reached base with the fielder's choice and advanced to second on a pair of errors his last time up, which allowed the Squirrels to get 2 runs across with Maggio and Bussey. 0-1 here with runners in scoring position for the Squirrels, and Schmitz looks in and fires. That one missing to the outer part of the plate, now 1-1. Kindred-Richland will send their 6, 7, and 8 batters to the plate in the top of the 5th inning. 7-inning high school baseball game here today at Hendrickson Field in Enderlin. And the pitch, off speed, foul back, and we'll make it 1-2. These 2 pitchers have gone toe-to-toe so far for Schmitz and Maggio. Maggio's 4 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 hits against him. As Schmitz looks the runner back over to third and fires. Foul back, and we'll do the 1-2 offering yet again. Parker will see pitch number 5 of the at-bat upcoming. Chase Miller with you here at Hendrickson Field in Enderlin on your live event. Thank you very much for tuning in to Prep High School sports throughout the calendar year here on your live event. Schmitz with the payoff pitch. Off speed, swung on and missed, and that'll retire the side. Second strikeout there for Schmitz, who goes 4 innings so far now for Kindred-Richland. So we have no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Kindred-Richland looking to get on the board for the first time today. While on the opposite side, the Squirrels looking for that shutout here on your live event.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
We go to the top of the 5th inning here in Enderlin. It's 2-0 Central Cass against Kindred-Richland in a neutral site game. The game was scheduled to be in Castleton, but due to the weather and kind of the infield and outfield in terms of their field being wet, and also in Kindred as well in terms of their field being wet, they found a way to get this game in here in Enderlin between the Vikings and the Squirrels. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings so far, no runs, 2 hits. They do have 2 errors against them with 2 runners left on base. For the Central Cass Squirrels, 2 runs across on 5 hits. They have 4 runners left on base. So far have committed no errors for Central Cass. Chase Miller with you here in Enderlin. An absolute perfect pitcher kind of a day for high school baseball. Upper 60s, low 70s, not too much wind, and a pretty good blue sky out there as well. Here's the pitch by Maggio on for his 5th inning of work against Kindred-Richland, as Almaris will step up. Almaris with a double his last time up to left center field. Hit went about 3/4 up the way, close to being a home run here. And the pitch in there for a strike. Now 1-1. Swenson and Glazzo due up next, followed by Connor Rowland here, the number 9 batter for the Kindred Vikings. Kindred like to get to the top of the order here and try to put some runners on. Here's the 1-1 offering. That one missing low, now 2-1. Squirrels and Vikings, a week from today, the Region 1 playing game gets underway. And the pitch, that one will be in there for a strike, now 2-2. Then a week from Thursday, the teams will converge on Kindred for 4 games on Thursday, 4 games on Friday. If it does rain either of those days next week, then that will get played on Saturday. This one is fouled, and that'll be a foul ball, and we'll have pitch number 6 upcoming. And then next Monday and Tuesday would be the championship games here in Region 1 Tuesday, if needed, in the double elimination Region 1 baseball bracket. 2-2 pitch. This one is hit, and that's going to be straight up the middle, as it went right back up the middle there by Maggio, as Everson will come back with it. Maggio trying to give it a little kick there and see if he could keep it in the infield, unable to do so. So Mason Almaris has delivered a double and a single here. He got a 2-out double in the first, this time a leadoff single, hit number 3 against Brandon Maggio, and now Kindred-Richland with a runner aboard. Kindred-Richland, they've had a runner in both the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and now 5th innings, just unable to get anyone past second base so far. As Maggio looks back over the runner, and the flip is not going to be in time. It's coming to the plate now for Kindred-Richland will be Jorgen Swenson. Swenson struck out his last time up in the 2nd inning. Maggio and the pitch. The runner is going. Swenson looks to bunt as he follows it back, now 0-1. Kindred-Richland 3 up, 3 down in the first with a strikeout by Thompson. In the 2nd inning, Mason Almaris had a 2-out double, but then Jorgen Swenson struck out. In the 3rd inning, 3 up, 3 down. 4th inning, you had a leadoff single by Clubundy, but then Clubundy went nowhere after a pair of strikeouts. Now Almaris at first base here in the top of the 5th. So Kindred-Richland trying to take advantage with a runner on board And there's the bunt, and it's fouled back, and we'll keep it here. Now it's 0-2. So Swenson falls behind the count now. Scott Milbrandt, the head coach for Kindred-Richland. For Central Cass, it's Dustin Maggio. No balls, 2 strikes. Playing even with the bag at third is Carter Maggio. Holding runner on is Macau. At first base is Brandon Maggio with the 0-2 pitch. This one missing. Now 1-2. Glazzo due up next here for the Vikings. After this game gets done in Enderlin, there will be a junior high game between Fargo North and the Enderlin Eagles. That's why this game's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 1-2 pitch, missing on the outer part, now 2-2. You get nice days, and you kind of already have fields already expected to be played with either junior high, junior varsity, or varsity games, so it just kind of becomes tough. And then also Northern Cass and Oaks are going to make up their game from Monday that was washed out in Hunter at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. 2-2 pitch popped up into the second baseman here as Bussey calling everybody off, and he's able to get the out there for Swenson. 1 out now in the top of the 5th inning. As Graham Glazzo, with a pop out his last time to the shortstop in Cobbervig, steps up to the plate. So again, you got to find ways to get games in. This game at 3 o'clock on a neutral field. Northern Cass scheduled to play Oaks tomorrow for their senior day at Oaks. For their senior day in Hunter, and that'll be their home opener as well. This one in there for a strike, now 0-1. You just take a look at teams. Oaks and Enderlin have been able to get more games than the Squirrels, Kindred-Richland. Then you start going up to Region 2, Thompson, Hatton, Northwood. But no matter what you would have normally for now for a schedule, here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Throw down to first, not in time as the runner there, Almaris, gets back safely. What teams would normally have at this time of the year is just not anywhere near the amount of games, the amount of at-bats, reps, just facing line pitching and just trying to find a rhythm here at the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch by Maggio. Off speed, hit to left field. That'll be playable, hanging up there for McKinnon, who loses his hat, but he's able to get the second out here of the 5th inning. As it goes now to the number 9 batter here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. As we'll have a pinch hitter now for Kindred-Richland, as Opgrand will step up here for the Vikings. So Opgrand will be stepping up here. Max, a junior. The runner at first base again is Almaris. Got a leadoff single, but he's been at first ever since. Maggio smothering that one was Parker in the dirt. Now 1-0. If Upgrand is able to get aboard via a walk or a hit, that would bring the top of the order here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as the game tying run right now at the plate for the Vikings. Here's the 1-0 offering to Upgram. That one in there for a strike. Now 1-1. But again, it's just been tough this year, so give a kudos to the ADs, give kudos to the bus drivers, the concession stand workers, anyone that's been involved. As Almaris is running from first base on the hit and run. This one is hit to left field and playable for McKinnon, who camps underneath it to retire this side. So a good hit there by Upgram, but just a left fielder in McKinnon, and that'll retire Kindred-Richland here in the top of the 5th inning. No runs, leadoff single, no errors, and 1 runner left. 4.5 complete here in Enderlin on our Bank North scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Central Cass coming to the plate.
Hello, I'm Jim Berkemeyer, inviting you to join me on a New England Fall Foliage Tour, September 25th to October 3rd. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors before ending our journey in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour and watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
It's the concert event of the summer in the Brainerd Lakes area. Lakes Jam, June 22nd through June 25th at Brainerd International Raceway.
R&J Broadcasting is the presenting sponsor.
Experience Lakes Jam. For rock and rollers, the main stage features Tesla, Warrants, and Hairball. For country enthusiasts, John Party, Cole Swindell, Gabby Barrett, and Mark Wills. Experience watercross, drifting, and lawnmower racing. For on-site camping, lodging, and tickets, visit lakesjam.com.
Go to the bottom of the fifth inning here for Central Cass as they will send the top of the order here. 1, 2, and 3 batters here for Central Cass, Ellenson, Convervig, and Maggio. That one is going to be in there for a strike as Carter Schmitz is back on the mound for his 5th inning of work here for Kindred-Richland. Ellison 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a fly out to right here for the Squirrels. That one in there for a strike, and Schmitz quickly works ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. But as we were saying last half inning, a big tip of the cap goes out to a bunch of people to get these games in here this spring. That one missing 1 and 2, whether it's umpires moving their schedules around, whether it's ADs trying to find venues like this here at Hendrickson Field, coaches, players, and fans alike. Here's the 1-2 pitch, going to be hitting the short, Swenson, and that'll be a nice glove play there by Thompson, 6'3", on the putout. Swenson to Thompson, and 1 out now in the bottom of the 5th inning. But again, thanks to all the ADs, the bus drivers, the coaches, anyone who's had to kind of work around the weather, it's been just that kind of a winter. As you go back to the Region 1 girls basketball tournament, that got moved back 3 whole days before it could get underway, and even the Region 1 boys basketball tournament got moved around due to some playing games because of the Region 1 girls tournament, where they didn't want to have the same schools trying to have a boys basketball playing game while the girls were potentially playing in the Region 1 tournament. 0-1 pitch, check swing. Did they go? They appealed down to Gareth Hansen. At first, he'll say he did not. So Sam Covervig drew a walk in the first, grounded out to Swenson his last time up in the 3rd. As the 1-1 pitch to Covervig as he hits one to straightaway center field, and Covervig's aboard for the 2nd time today, the first via the hit. And Central Cass will have a runner at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Covervig gets the 6th hit here for the Central Cass Squirrels this afternoon. And that'll be Brandon Maggio now to the plate with 1 out. And we'll see what kind of play Dustin Maggio potentially puts on with his son Brandon. And Brandon, that one was close to hitting him on the back there, and that'll be just a ball now, 1-0. Maggio reached on a fielder's choice in the first, flew out to the right fielder Almaris in the 3rd. Runner at first base is Convervig as Schmitz works from the stretch and pitches. This one is hit on the ground. That's going to be past Swenson into straightaway center field. Oh, C&I single there for Central Cass, and the Squirrels with back-to-back singles here with something brewing in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out. Hit number 7, Convervig now in scoring position at 2nd. Maggio is at first as Ethan McCall will step up. So far 0 for 2 in the game. Grounded out to Swenson his last time up in the 3rd inning. So our runners now at 1st and 2nd. See how the Kindred-Richland Vikings defense plays this one. Thompson playing in on the grass at first. Miller playing just about even with the bag at 3rd and the pitch. First pitch swinging. This one is hit deep to straightaway center field, way back to the track, and that's gone. Over the press box and straightaway center here at Hendrickson Field. It's a 3-run shot for Ethan McCall on the first pitch of the at-bat, and the Central Cass Squirrels now lead it 5-0 on our Bank North scoreboard. First pitch swinging there for Ethan, and he gets the 3-run knocker as Covervig comes in from 2nd, Maggio from 1st, and Ethan McCall with the big hit. And so far now with 3 runs driven in here in the 5th inning. So the Squirrels get some insurance. Pitch on the way there by Carter Schmitz to Alex Everson is in there for a strike. Kana McKinnon is due up next. And the pitch, that'll be a ball, now 1-1. We were talking earlier in the broadcast in the Enderlin Baseball Invite on Friday and Saturday here at Hendrickson Field. 1-1 pitch, missing for a ball, now 2-1. That center to right center was really getting worked in terms of the home runs and extra base hits over the weekend here in Enderlin. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Good rip, but swung on and missed by Everson. Now 2-2. Central Cass, 5th batter to the plate so far here in the inning. A pair of singles and a 3-run shot. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Now 3-2. 8 hits against Carter Schmitz. 5 runs with just 3 of them being earned so far. This one's going to be a walk, and it's the second walk of the afternoon that Schmitz has thrown on the mound. Runner at first base here. And McKinnon will step up, as we'll see if Scott Milbrandt will come out and talk it over with the Carter Schmitz, or we'll let him work through it, as he's going to allow him to work through at least one more batter here as Miller comes in on the grass. Flip throw, and that is going to stay at first. Thompson trying to deke the runner there, and Everson thinking it might gone by him, but Everson does a nice job staying put at first base. This will be the first pitch of the at-bat to Cade McKinnon. And the pitch. First pitch swinging as he hits that one on a line to straightaway center field. And the Squirrels, they're wasting little time here. Their 3rd time through the order as they are jumping on that first pitch. And now runners at first and second after the 9th hit here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Scott Milbrandt coming out here. We'll see if he has a quick timeout or if he's going to make a change with Carter on the mound. As Scott Milbrandt having a chat with his infield here, and we will have a new change. We'll let you know who it is after this on your live event.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Pitching change here at Hendrickson Field in Enderlin. Now pitching for the Kindred-Richland Vikings will be the former shortstop, Jorgen Swenson, as it'll just be a straight switch as Swenson will come to the mound. Schmitz will go to third base here, as you have Glazzo still playing second, the middle part of the lineup for Kindred-Richland in terms of defense. Schmitz will finish with 4 1/3 innings work, 9 runs against him. The runners at first and second are his responsibility with Everson and McKinnon. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Carter Schmitz here on the mound for Kindred-Richland. So Swenson comes on, going up against Carter Maggio here, the number 7 batter in the lineup, but still again 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. Central Cass Squirrels, a 3-run homer by Ethan McCow that went to straightaway center field. Straightaway center field at 325, and that one was hit over the press box there in straightaway center and onto the train tracks here in Enderlin. And the Squirrels will try to add on now, up by 5. Swenson fires a knee-high strike for a fastball. Now 0-1. After a ground out by Will Ellenson, a pair of singles by Connor Big Macho, a 3-run homer by McCow, a walk by Everson, and McKinnon with a single. That's where we got here, and this one is foul back now 0-2. So that old adage in baseball of a third time through the lineup is when a team could really affect a pitcher. The Squirrels, without question, have done that and some here in the 5th. And the pitch off speed. Strike 3 looking. Swenson throws the curve for his first strikeout of the afternoon in relief. But more importantly for Kindred-Richland, it's one more out closer to trying to get out of this bottom of the 5th inning as Mason Bussey steps up. Bussey with a single, a run scored in the 2nd, and struck out looking his last time up in the 4th. Here comes Swenson and the pitch. Instead, he's going to try to get the runner at third, and that's not going to be in time here, as we're going to have a balk there on the play. So a balk by Swenson, it won't matter anyway. So going from second to third is going to be Everson, and McKinnon will get warranted second base. So by the time Swenson was going to try to throw, he went to flip it to Miller at third, and by the time he went to flip, the umpires here in Kilhamry and Gareth Hansen called the balk, and now runners will be in scoring position with 2 outs to Mason Bussey. Bussey, if he gets aboard, the catcher Parker is the next batter due up here in the order. A game that's about 70 minutes old here in Enderlin. Central Cass 5, Kindred-Richland scoreless, started right on time at the top of the hour of 3 o'clock here. High school baseball on your live event. Chase Miller with you here from Hendrickson Field. So Swenson now looks in with runners at second and third to Bussey. And the pitch. Off-speed blocks. Going to be up the first base line, but kept close enough there by Doctor. And that'll be 1-0. And now you get to this time of the year, too, where whether it's a golf meet, whether it's track and field, you start seeing some players that might have a primary sport, but sometimes if they have to get enough events in track and field to try to qualify for a regional or state. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, now 1-1. So when you play some teams, you might be able to miss a really good pitcher or a hitter, possibly a catcher sometimes. It's just part of spring sports and Class B athletics. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one in there for a strike, now 1-2. And then it's just the next guy up on the lineup here card for these respective teams. It makes it fun. You can play multiple sports and participate in multiple things during your time as a Kindred-Richland or Central Cass or anybody else for that matter, but knowing that, hey, the coaches and the athletic directors, just like the spring season, trying to find what works on the schedule, find what works best for the respective students who are playing in these games. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one is popped up, playable in the infield. The second baseman there in Glazzo calls everybody off, and that'll retire the side. So Swenson comes in and gets 2 important outs here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, but not before the Central Cass Squirrels plate 3 runs across here in the bottom of the 5th inning. On 4 hits, there was no errors, and 1 runner, make it 2 runners left on base. Through 5 complete here in Enderlin, it's the Squirrels up by 5. Kindred-Richland coming to bat next on your live event.
RDK Enterprises specializes in seed meter calibration, planter maintenance, and they have the full line of precision planting products. Call them at 701-636-2119 to schedule your meter, planter, and precision planting software repairs and update. This includes monitoring and control systems, all to help improve your planting, which means improved profits. It pays to plant with precision with RDK Enterprises. Locations in Hillsborough and Drayton, North Dakota, planterdoc.com, or call 701-636-2119.
We go to the top of the 6th inning here on our Bank North scoreboard. It's Central Cass up 5-0 over the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Bank North, you can check them up for more information online at ibanknorth.com. That's ibanknorth.com, or stop by one of their locations today. They have one here in Enderlin. They have one in Castleton as well. You'll always be heading in the right direction with Bank North. Everything from consumer banking and lending, farming and ranching, business, and more. At Bank North, our proud scoreboard sponsor. Central Cass 5, Kindred-Richland scoreless. The Vikings will be sending the top of the order here of Schmitz, Klobundy, and Thompson to the plate against Maggio. Brandon on for his 6th inning of work. Throws him in the dirt for a ball. Now 1-0. Schmitz 0 for 2 in the game. A pop out to second and a line drive to the center fielder, Everson. And Everson, that was a shoestring catch in straightaway center field where he had to come down to a knee and glove that one before it was an out. Kindred-Richland gotten back-to-back innings where they've been able to get a runner aboard. Klobundy with the leadoff single, Almaris with the leadoff single, but they were unable to get farther past than first base even with a leadoff knock. And now trailing it by 5. Kindred-Richland will need to try to string a pair of at-bats here via walk, single, double, just something to keep the lineup moving here, as they only have 6 more outs to work, down by 5. 7 innings, high school baseball here. 2-0 pitch to Schmitz makes it low, now 3-0. Or if it does happen throughout the season, a 10-run mercy rule as well. Here is Maggio, 3-0 pitch in there for a strike as Carter Schmitz working with that 3-0 count, just saying, hey, I'm going to force you to throw it across the plate, see if he can get a free pass. Now we'll see how aggressive Carter is here on the 3-1 pitch. That one will be in there for strike number 2. So after falling behind the count, back-to-back strikeouts here by Maggio. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat. And the righty against the righty here in Carter Schmitz. And the pitch. This one is hit in the air down the left field line. Trying to chase after that. Making the diving catch in left field is McKinnon. McKinnon laid out for that one and able to glove it for 1 out here in the top of the 6th. McKinnon absolutely laid out for that one to get out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Schmitz has been robbed in center and now in left field. Here's Carter hit that one on the screws, and McKinnon has all type of real estate there in left field to work with. Here's the breaking ball in there for a strike to Kablundi. Kablundi 1 of 2 today with a single in the 4th. But what a play by McKinnon again in left field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one missing for a fastball 1-1. If that does get by McKinnon, again, 370 down left field line, that's at least a double, if not a triple for Schmitz. The 1-2 pitch hit off the end of the bat, and that one's going to be caught by the shortstop there by Kovarevic. 2 out quickly now in the top of the 6th inning. As Nick Thompson comes up next here for the Vikings, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Been that kind of game for Kindred-Richland. If you talk about the little things, a couple of errors so far against Kindred-Richland, 0 for Central Cass. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. The defense has been there for Brendan Maggio. Kindred-Richland's made some nice plays, but the errors costed him the 2 runs in the 2nd, and then 3 straight hits and a 3-run bomb by Macau is the 5-0 advantage here for Central Cass. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning as Maggio looks in behind the plate to Parker and fires. Off speed, now 2-1. Chase Miller is due up next for Kindred-Richland if Thompson can get aboard. 2-1 pitch. That one missing up now 3-1. Squirrels made the state tournament last year out at Jack Brown Stadium in Jamestown, trying to get to Newman Outdoor Field this season. 2 teams that have had quality programs here. That one swung on and missed. Now 3-2. Region 1 tournament should be awfully fun with Northern Cass. You look at Oak Grove. Oaks played Kindred-Richland awfully tight last weekend as well. So there's a handful of teams. 3-2 pitch swung on and missed, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 6th inning as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Central Cass up by 5.
Loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
To the bottom of the 6th inning we go for the Central Cass Squirrels. They would like this to be the final time that they're coming to the plate here in the 7-inning contest against Kindred-Richland. A chance to continue to add on to some runs that they've already scored. The 3-run homer by Ethan Macau here, and that's been the big hit by either club so far here today. Kindred-Richland right now, they have no runs on 3 hits. They've left 3 runners aboard on 2 errors as well. For the Central Cass Squirrels, 5 runs across on so far now. You have 9 hits. They've left 6 runners across and no errors here for Central Cass. Carter Schmitz will officially be done with 4 1/3 innings again, giving up all 5 runs against him after a pair of strikeouts by Swenson to get out of that 5th inning. As Swenson is back on for his 2nd inning of relief here for the Vikings, going up against the 9-1-2 batters here for the Central Cass Squirrels, and that one is going to be in there for a strike. Parker is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Lefty swung on and missed. Now 0-2. Will Ellenson do up next, followed by Kovarevic here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Here's the righty Swenson quickly ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes, and this one fouled back, and we'll keep it at 0-2. Swenson trying to get his third straight punch out here after coming on in relief. Here's the righty Swenson and the pitch. Off speed, and they'll be past the second baseman there, Glazzo, into right field, and that'll be a leadoff single here for the Squirrels. So after a couple of fastballs there, Swenson threw the off-speed pitch. Parker was ready for it and able to get the first knock against Swenson here. Hit number 10 as a team for Central Cass. But going back to the Region 1 a week from Thursday should be a lot of fun in Kindred in terms of the number of arms, bats here in this region. That one in the dirt low, now 1-0. Where on any given particular day, you find a way to maybe eke out a close win, or on the opposite side, if you maybe lose a game you thought you might win, where do you go then in terms of your pitching staff and working back through the losers bracket? As this is flipped back, diving back safely, is going to be the courtesy runner here for Central Cass and Cooper Johnson. Here's the pitch to Ellenson. In there for a strike. Now 1-1 here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Game that started at 3 o'clock here this afternoon in Enderlin. As the righty Swenson looks back the runner at first. 1-1 pitch in there for a strike at the knee, now 1-2. Miller playing even with the bag at third and actually a couple steps ahead. You have Schmitz at short now and Glazzo at second. Klabundi in center, Almaris to the right, and Roland in left field. Here's the 1-2 pitch off speed, and that's punch out number 3 here for Swenson. One out now in the bottom of the sixth inning. Through 4 batters here for Swenson, he struck out 3 batters against Central Cass. Now Sam Convervig comes up. Jorgen, the junior, plays middle infield. Pitcher here as well for Scott Milbrandt. Quick pick throw, blocked nicely by Thompson. And we'll do it all over again here on the mound, but Swenson in relief trying to get some outs here, as both teams going to have a very busy rest of their week, barring what we get for moisture over the next couple of days. That one going to be a ball. Now 1-0 to Convervig. Convervig a walk in the first, grounded out in the third, and then got a single with a run scored in the fifth here for the junior shortstop in Sam Convervig. Here's the 1-0 offering by Swenson with Johnson at first base, and the pitch in there for a strike, now 1-1. Kindred-Richland after this game, they have another game with Central Cass on Friday scheduled at 4:30. Saturday they play Northern Cass at noon, who's also unbeaten in Region 1 play, and then May 16th at Oak Grove at 5 o'clock here for Kindred-Richland. That one going to miss, now 2-1 on the opposite side for Central Cass. A game at Oak Grove on Thursday, Kindred-Richland Friday, then they finish off the regular season on Monday against on the 16th against Northern Cass at 5 p.m. Here's the pitch. Off speed in there for the strike. Now 2-2. So final game scheduled for Monday. The play-in game on Tuesday of next week will be against the Hankinson Co-op against Enderlin. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Grounded up the third baseline foul. We'll keep it at 2-2. Thursday it's the quarterfinals and loser out games. Friday, also from Kindred High School, will be the semis and loser out games. Then a week from Monday would be the championship series, and then if needed, we will get to that Tuesday as well. Here's a 2-2 pitch. This one is hit foul down the third base line, and we'll keep it at 2-2. Also a reminder, the Region 2 baseball tournament will be at Mayville State. We'll have that for you here on your live event. Same with the Region 2 top ball softball tournament from Mayport CG. Region 1 softball in Hillsboro next weekend. Have on YLE, and the same for Region 1 baseball. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Swenson able to get out number 2 here of the bottom of the sixth inning. Swenson has faced 5 batters so far. He's got 4 punch-outs, and Brandon Maggio will step up here. Runner at first again is Johnson. Maggio so far with a single and a run scored. Maggio takes in there for a strike. The opposing pitcher done a really nice job on the mound here for Central Cass. Hasn't seen too many batters in an inning, and anytime someone's got a board with a leadoff single, able to take advantage of the next 2-3 batters and not allow that runner to move up. This one will be 1-1. If Maggio's able to get a board, Ethan McCow will be due up next. The big 3-run homer last half inning for Central Cass to stretch that 2-0 lead to where it is now at 5-0. Here's the pitch by Swenson. This one fouled up the first baseline, and that'll be 1-2. Swenson struck out Maggio, Bussey. Parker got aboard with a single, and courtesy ran for by Johnson, Ellingson, and Covervig with strikeouts, and now Maggio will be struck out as well. So Swenson comes on, goes an inning and 2/3, all 5 outs via the strikeout, and 3 of them strike 3 looking. So Swenson strikes out the side, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the 7th inning where Kindred-Richland, they will need 5 innings to try to get to the bottom of the 7th or possibly force extras. Otherwise, the Central Cass Squirrels will look to remain perfect, 3 outs away from taking this contest against Kindred-Richland. It's Region 1 Baseball in your live event.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
We go to the top of the 7th inning on our Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass and Kindred-Richland here. Kindred-Richland will send their 4, 5, and 6 batters to the plate here, and Chase Miller, Jeremiah Doctor, and Mason Almaris are the scheduled batters here against Brandon Maggio. Has gone 6 innings, 3 hits against him, 7 strikeouts on the afternoon, and no walks. Looking for the complete game shutout here on the mound. And Miller, first pitch, swinging, hits one deep to center field, back to the warning track, and that'll be allowed out here as Everson is there. Miller put a jolt into that one. It took Everson all the way to that 325 mark in straightaway center. There'll be a line drive out, but out number 1 here quickly in the top of the 7th inning. I mean, that kind of a contest for Kindred-Richland. You get a couple of good knocks on a baseball, just unable to find anything in the outfield. As Doctor takes a ball. Doctor struck out his last time up in the 4th inning. Popped out to Covervig in the 2nd at short. And the 1-0 offering, jam shot. This one is going to be straight up in the infield. And the third baseman for Central Cass calls everybody off there, and Carter Maggio for out number 2. 3 pitches, 2 outs here for Maggio. And Brandon 1 out away from the complete game shutout now for Central Cass. Omaris, a double in the 2nd with 2 outs. A leadoff single in the 5th. As Omaris will be coming up here. And Kindred-Richland down to their final out of this Region 1 contest. Maggio the pitch. Omaris takes a strike. Now 0-1 as Jorgen Swenson is due up next. Kindred-Richland right now just needs to find a way to load the bases, get runners on, and try to get into this deficit. But the way Maggio's pitching, it's been a tall order here today. Going through, there have been a couple of times where you've seen a full count, but for the most part, 2-2 has been the max, outside of batters being behind in the count. Here's the 1-2 offering. This one is hit, and down the short right field, the right fielder there in Ellison calling everybody off, and that'll retire the side. 6 pitches here in the top of the 7th inning, and that's all that is needed as the Central Cass Squirrels go 3 up and 3 down against the Kindred-Richland Vikings here as Ellison gloves the final out of this contest. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Maggio goes the complete game, 7 innings, 3 hits, no walks, no runs, and 7 strikeouts here as he'll pick up the win in a game that went 1 hour and 28 minutes long. Central Cass improves to 9-0 on the season, 7-0 in Region 1 play. On the opposite side here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they dropped to 8-3 on the season and now 6-2 in Region 1 play. Our post-game show's coming up next, so look at the final numbers here on your live event.
Hello, I'm Jim Berkemeyer, inviting you to join me on a New England Fall Foliage Tour, September 25th to October 3rd. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors before ending our journey in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour and watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
It's the concert event of the summer in the Brainerd Lakes area. Lakes Jam, June 22nd through June 25th at Brainerd International Raceway.
R&J Broadcasting is the presenting sponsor.
Experience Lakes Jam. For rock and rollers, the main stage features Tesla, Warrants, and Hairball. For country enthusiasts, John Party, Cole Swindell, Gabby Barrett, and Mark Wills. Experience watercross, drifting, and lawnmower racing. For on-site camping, lodging, and tickets, visit lakesjam.com.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Again, your final on our Bank North scoreboard. The Central Cass Squirrels win it 5-0 over the Kindred-Richland Vikings here in Enderlin from Hendrickson Field. Central Cass, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 7 runners left on base. For Kindred-Richland, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, and 3 runners left on base. Winning pitcher is Brendan Maggio today. Goes a complete game, 7 innings, 3 hits against him, no walks, and 7 strikeouts here for Maggio. On the opposite side, Schmitz will pick up the loss here. Carter Schmitz went 4 1/3, giving up 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 of those earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Swenson in relief, an inning and 2/3, 1 hit against, no walks, and 5 strikeouts for Swenson. So Schmitz again tabbed with the loss. Your final box score, Kindred-Richland, no runs across the contest. Central Cass with 2 runs in the second and 5 runs in the fifth. The Squirrels would score 2 runs in the second inning after having the bases loaded. Everson at third, Maggio at second, and Bussey at first. Cam Parker came to the plate, hit a ground ball to Swenson. Swenson got the force out at home for Doctor for 2 outs. Then Doctor was looking to convert the double play, but as he threw it to first base, it went over the first baseman's head and Thompson into right field, which would allow then Maggio to come in and score. Then Almaris's relay throw back in also got by not one but 2 infielders here for Kindred-Richland, which allowed Bussey to go from first to home. So an error on the catcher, then an error on the throw by Almaris. So 2 errors in that inning allowed 2 runs to come across for Central Cass. And then the Squirrels picked up the insurance they were looking for. Sam Covervig with a 1-out single in the fifth, followed by a Maggio single. Then Ethan McCow hit a 3-run homer to straightaway center, and that made it 5-0, and that has been the final in this one. Again, 5-0 Central Cass. So the Squirrels in this one, led by McCow with 1 hit, 3 runs driven in. You had Everson 2 for 2 from the plate with a walk, a single, and a double. Caden McKinnon goes 2 for 3 from the plate with a pair of singles as well here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Will Ellenson would go 0 for 4 from the plate. Covervig got a hit with a run scored and a walk, so he goes 1 of 3. Maggio would go 1 of 4 in the contest with a run scored as well here for Central Cass. On the opposite side for Kindred-Richland, the main man was Mason Almaris in the lineup. A double in the second, a single in the fifth. He'll go 2 for 3 from the plate here today. Also getting a single was Clubundy back in the 4th inning, and that was the 3 hits here for Kindred-Richland in their lineup. So the Vikings just unable to played some runs and get things going, and then also they hurt themselves with a couple of errors in this one. Central Cass takes advantage, and they win it 5-0. Let's get to now our player of the contest. It's a two-parter. Maggio, without question, the complete game, picks up the win, 3 hits against him, 7 strikeouts. Brennan Maggio is their player of the game there. And then when Central Cass just needed a little bit extra just to make sure Kindred-Richland was hanging around again, down 2-0, they got the big hit there from the senior first baseman Ethan McCow with the 3-run homer in the 5th. So Maggio with the pitching performance, McCow with the hitting shot to straightaway center field here over the 325 wall in straightaway center field. So that is going to wrap things up here as the Central Cass Squirrels win it by a final of 5-0 over the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Again, the winning pitcher is Maggio. The losing pitcher is Schmitz. Swenson comes on relief for Kindred-Richland for an inning 2/3 and gets 5 outs via the strikeout. From Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota, I'm Chase Miller. Make sure you go to yourliveevent.com. That's yourliveevent.com for the complete coverage of high school athletics throughout this spring season. The Squirrels now 9-0 on the season. Kindred-Richland drops to 8-3. Thank you very much for tuning in to high school athletics here on Your Live Event. The Squirrels remain perfect with a 5-0 win here in Enderlin. Have a great rest of your Tuesday afternoon.